Hey folks, Fazas and Puthik from CG Virus here. Today we're going to demonstrate some Blender Eevee workflow with you. Um, the thing is, Blender Eevee will be a real-time render engine, of course, and for that there are some changes. The way we work with cycle render engine, it will not work just like that. We need to tweak some things and light probes and reflection maps, etc. So we're going to talk about that, and it will be a two-part tutorial. The first part we will see the simple things, the simple stuffs, and then we will convert the project Classroom by Christophe for cycle benchmark. So let's see. Alright, so we are in 2.8 recent build, and let's see. So let's go to file, open scene, primary probes. So these are our primary thing. So we have dielectric materials, the walls are dielectric, this one is metallic, chrome, there is a sunlight, okay, and an HDRI. So first thing first we need reflection. So there are two ways to create reflection. The first one is edit new collection. I'm just going to make it reflection probe. There we go. Now shift A, Lightprobe, there is reflection cube map. So what does this reflection cube map does is basically create a fake reflection. It bakes your six cube maps, six reflection maps, cube maps, and bake it to create some fake reflection. It will not be accurate. It is a static reflection system. Okay, so how should we use it? Is basically, if I'm going here in size, we can turn it 10, and here we go. You can see this guy is the reference image of your reflection, how it will work, okay, how it will show in a in your object. So press S and scale it up. As this is a box type of shape, we can use a box here as well. Okay, press S and scale it up or scale it down. So you can see that our level is actually in kind of very near to zero in z-axis. Okay, so to work correctly, you should always centeroid your objects. Make Control A and apply your locations, translations, then start working with it. That is recommended for all games. Okay, all game scenarios, and I think as well as for Eevee. Alright, so this reference ball is giving us the reference that how our HDR should look like, or our reflection will look like. So you can top it up a little bit, a little notch, okay, something like that, to make it more logical. Yeah, but these are fake maps. These are the static reflections. These are not dynamic reflections. For dynamic reflections, we need to go to the render property, and there is in render property in Eevee, okay, you will get a screen space reflection that is called SSR. This is the modern reflection algorithm, so use it. It is very helpful for kind of floor kind of reflection, and also for dynamic reflections. You can see here. Okay, so use it with your test, and let's use some kind of roughness. Slight roughness is pretty good. Yep. So that is one, okay, 1 done. Now let's talk about lighting. So reflection is done. Okay, so let's save it. So now let's talk about the light. You can see that we have a sunlight, direct light here. If you go here, you can see the shadow and that is soft 8, so it should be soft. You can see the softness by pressing 0, and in your camera the softness is connected to your camera. Okay, that is 2, that is 3. Okay, now let's talk about let's see, let's show data off. Yeah, okay, now let's talk about irradiance map. What is irradiance map? Irradiance maps are irradiance probe. Irradiance maps are basically, a baked GI kind of thing. Your indirect lights are baked here, pre-baked indirect lights. Let's see how to work with it. Shift A, Lightprobe, irradiance volume. You can see that it is darkened. Okay, it is actually your indirect lights bouncing off and down, and it is making the baking. So these are some bakers actually. So yeah, now you can see that your indirect lights are actually baked into your box. So press 0, and now you can see without irradiance and with irradiance. And irradiance maps is a very calculation intensive process, so use it when everything is done. I mean, all of your lighting is done, then use it. Okay, and I'm checking out. Yeah, 0. Okay, somehow it has become very large. I didn't do that. Here we go. Okay, so something like that, and press S, and scale it up a little bit to make a room for these guys. There we go. Simple. Okay, that's it. So this is our irradiance map. Okay, so now let's go to classroom, and let's recreate the cycle render, and let's enjoy. Alright, so we're back with in 2.79, and this is our classroom.blend. So let's drag it here, and here we go. Alright, so first thing first is, let's select all these layers. Press A. You can see there are layers. We need collections. So what I'm going to do is basically press M and put it in one layer. All layers are now invisible, and everything is in one layer. So Blender 2.8 will work with collection, not layers. Alright, first thing first is done. Second thing is, this was a portal type of thing, so let's select it. Here we go. Press delete. We don't need that. We don't need this area light. This was sun. We will recreate it. Delete. And what else? There are some groups, so 2.8 doesn't like that, so press A, go to spacebar, make duplicate real. So Ctrl Shift A, and that's it. So we have individual faces. So this will be our project file. So press Ctrl Shift S, and let's name it classroom underscore mod 3. That's it. 2.79 is done. So let's get started. We're back in 2.8, and now let's go to mod3.blend. So let's import it here, and let's wait. Okay, go to Eevee. Hopefully all materials are linked. So Alright, so we're in Eevee. Everything seems fine, so let's get started. First of all, we need an environment, so let's go to environment, and we're going for an HDRI. So let's go to environment texture, press open. I'm going for some HDR here. Let's use this one, or yeah, let's use this one. There we go. The strength should be 1. There we go. So now we are seeing our HDRI. First thing first is done. So the second one is we need Shift A, a light probe. So let's create a new light probe, that is reflection probe. Probe. There we go. Press Shift A, and let's go to Lightprobe, reflection cube map. Okay. So what we can do here is basically let's top it up. Should be in super top actually, because we are seeing some HDRI. There should not be any HDRI. Okay, you can see some HDRI here. Yeah, now we are seeing that this is accurate. Okay, so somewhere here it will work. Okay, fine. So that's how you should develop the scene. Okay, now this is also a box, so let's select this and let's create a box rather than anything else. And what we can do is basically we can scale it up a little bit. It sounds weird, but you know, it works. So just scale it like this and scale it like this. The reflection will be stretched a little bit, but it will save our reflections. Let's see if it's stretched. No, it is perfectly fine. Okay, so nice job. All right, well, here we go. You can see the reflection here, right? Yeah, perfect. So now we can turn off show data. Yeah, so the reflection is alright. You can see your reflection here and here, okay, in metallic surfaces. Alright, so now let's adjust some material things here. We are looking for something like this, okay, some kind of render like this. So how can we do that? First of all, we need to change some of our materials there. Some weird materials are there. So it's not weird actually. It's not weird. Actually, it is working with, you know, cycle. Yeah, the black body. I don't need that black body. So I think it is linked. Okay, so press delete. Strength should be 1 and color should be like this. Okay, you can see lots of colors are there, you know, it is illuminated. So what we can do here is basically we can go to point light. So there are some point lights. Here we go, the 0.0. So let's make it data block. Here we go. So I'm seeing some actions here. Alright, so let's go to the energy and I'm going to 0.5. You can see it is dimming down. 0.2. Let's go to the camera and let's see. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, 0.2 or even 0.3. It's up to you, doesn't matter. Just color it up a little bit, orangish, something like that. And let's make the material as well some kind of orangish, very light. And there we go. Okay, let's select the camera 02, alpha pass out, and composition guide third disabled. Okay, fine. And other things are pretty much fine, I think. Yeah, this blackboard area light, this one, the area light is super duper charged. Let's energy 0.2, somewhat, yeah, somewhat dim or somewhat white. There you go. 0.2 is okay. Yeah, something like that. And what else? 1 2 1 2. Okay, done. Okay, now let's go to screen space reflection as well. Just go to Eevee. There we go. Let's use ambient occlusion. Obviously the standard settings are pretty much fine for this guy, which is great. You can see the differences here. And also enable screen space reflection. I like it, not a problem. Trace quality, let's increase it a little bit. Yeah, so that is cool. Okay, cool. Okay, now what we need is basically sunlight to, right. You can see that we are yet not using the irradiance map, because irradiance map takes lots of time to calculate, so we will use it later. Okay, so first of all, let's create a sun. So let's go to where it is. Come on, lamp, sun. There we go. This is our sun. It has become in Lightprobe. So what we can do is basically we can shift it in here. There we go. It's sun. And now let's make it here somewhere. Go to rotation, go somewhere in direction. It's a directional light, so position doesn't mean anything. Okay, so let's go to 0, and let's go to sunlight property, make the energy something like 10 or 15. Yeah, so now we are having the sunlight. So press RR, double tap, and we can change our sunlight. Okay, I'm loving this. I think this one is pretty great, pretty amazing. Okay, let's use that. Okay, yeah, something like that. It's pretty amazing. Yeah, I like it. So let's save it. And the sunlight should have a shadow, obviously. Shadow softness 3 is much more better. And yeah, that's it. So now what we can have is basically an irradiance map. Let's see. Go to edit, new collection, irradiance probe, actually not map, irradiance probe, and shift A, Lightprobe, irradiance volume. By the way, the reflection plane, what is reflection plane is basically it's a plate with solid reflection, nothing else. I mean, just like mirror. So if you have a mirror, you can use reflection plane. Okay, anyway, so let's go to irradiance volume. Now what we're going to do is basically scale it up a little bit so that we can use it. Press S. Okay, Yeah, press S and just make it like that. That's it. And I'm seeing that we can use some scale, so I'm just going to scale it up, and let's see. Here we go. So now we have our irradiance map, and let it calculate for a while, and I'm coming back. Alright, the irradiance map has been baked, pretty much nice looking. So let's all select, and if we go here right now, you can see your stops. Okay, show data off. There you go. Okay, perfect. Alright, so let's go to 0, and now what we need is basically go to the only render. We can see our stops here. I don't like the sun here, so if we have the sun selected, press R, double tap R, and you can change the light formation, you know, some dark, and yeah, that is good. Yeah, I like it. Okay, fine. And what else? Yeah, let's go to the post process, and let's see the post processings. So first one is depth of field. Okay, uh, let's go to the camera 2. There we go. Camera 2. I don't think we don't. Yeah, in camera 2 there is a focus already been attached here, so focus, which is good. So let's go to f-stop and put 0.2 as a 25mm camera. So we are now having some kind of settings. 1.8. Yeah, 1.8 will work pretty fine here, or we can go even 2. I know we don't need lots of depth of field here. Yeah, I think that one is good. Okay, pressing first is done. Then let's go to bloom. Bloom is actually the glow setting. Now you can see the problem. Whenever we are using bloom after depth of field, it becomes black. So what you can do is press depth of field and you know, just adjust your thing, or again press depth of field, and it will be work like that. So the bloom. Okay, let's I need some kind of light, sunlight like this one, so we can use that, which is pretty cool. And then just clamp it a little bit. Let's clamp it down. There we go. I like this bloom, which is great. So let's threshold it up a little bit. There we go. That's it. I like this. Yeah, something like that. I don't know. It's a post process, you know, adjust it, work with it, doesn't matter. Okay, these are simply post process. So I like it like this, and we can even clamp it a little bit. So yeah, anyway, this is just, you know, samples, so not a problem. So we're very close to this thing here, which is great. I like it. Okay, let me set it. So that's how it's looking like. This is my setting. Threshold 1, knee 0.43, radius 8.4. I have tinted a color a little bit, a little touch. Intensity 0.3, clamp 9.33. So now that's what it's looking like. So it's up to you how you want to do it, and that's it. That's actually the tutorial, and you can do lots of stuffs here in subsurface, volumetric, motion blur. These are all post process, so use it. And yeah, so if I'm going to 1.8, I think it will work. Okay, the thing is, if depth of field doesn't give you some error like this, then uncheck depth of field and then check depth of field again, and it will work perfectly fine, not a problem. So that's it. That's for the tutorial, and let's render a viewport, active viewport render, and here we go. Okay, if you want animation, you can do it like that in this button, or you can go render OpenGL render image or OpenGL render animation. Both will work pretty fine. Alright, I'm Father Sanpothik from CG Virus, and we're going to see you next time. Bye bye.